Hello, my friend, and welcome. I'd like to begin by sharing with you an interesting story. A little over 10 years ago, this body had cancer, and a number of things happened that went into its healing, some of them quite miraculous. And in the process, I started meeting other people that also had had miraculous healings, and I felt that I wanted to share this in a book called When Cancer Heals. It wasn't about cancer, the healing of cancer itself, as much as it was about the experience of having cancer had healed our lives. The experience of having cancer had healed our entire lives. Not only was the cancer healed, but our whole life was healed from this experience. That was the miracle that happened. And in this process of writing the book, I met a woman who was in graduate school at Harvard Divinity School in Cambridge, Massachusetts, where I was living at the time. And her story was so amazing. It was far more amazing and valuable than any of the other stories that I'd heard and that my own story. So I really wanted this to be in the book. And what her story was that she was working as an executive at a large advertising agency in New York, a very high-stress job. And she had cancer at the time that was a tumor as large as a grapefruit in her stomach. So she could actually feel it, you could actually see it, from the outside. And the doctors had given her 6 months to live if she went under very radical chemotherapy and radiation treatments. They felt they could extend her life, but only for about 6 months. That's the best they could do. So she felt, well, that's not good enough. And I think I'm going to do something else. At the time, she had been listening to a series of audio tapes that were of somebody, I don't know who the person was, but he was suggesting to listen to the symptoms of the illness, to listen to the illness, to learn how to do that. So she had been doing that. So she decided that she would take a leave of absence from her job at the ad agency, possibly a permanent leave if she were to die, but she didn't tell them that. And she went to Oregon, to the West Coast, and rented a small house or a cabin. And she just did this process all day of asking the tumor, the cancer, why it was here in her life. Not with any animosity or fear or anger, just with complete openness and curiosity, and even welcoming, even friendship. So as the tapes had advised her to do. So every day she lay in her bed and she just asked this all day. Why are you here? Why are you here? And then she listened. She listened. And eventually she started hearing things about her life that had brought this cancer. One of them was that her relationship, she was an only child, and the relationship with her parents she had severed and hadn't spoken to her parents in over 10 years. She had just completely broken all contact with them. So in the process of listening to the cancer said, you need to heal this relationship with your parents. You need to speak to them again and heal this relationship. Part of the problem with the relationship is she had all her life stuffed her feelings in order to appear to be the good girl, the cooperative girl, to win her parents' approval and love. She had repressed all her own feelings. And she did this in her life with everybody, with the ad agency and everything else. And the cancer said, you cannot do this anymore. This is killing you. So you have to express your true feelings all the time. You have to be honest to who you truly are, to your authentic being. You have to honor this and not, hide this and repress this to win favor from other people. So she did that, and she spoke to her parents and about the hurts and things that she felt, and that remarkably healed her relationship with her parents just by being honest with them. At first it was difficult, but she did that. And the last thing it said was that your job in the ad agency is so stressful, it's killing you. It may be glamorous, it may have all these perks, and you may earn a great deal of money doing this, but it's killing you. You have to leave this job. You cannot work in this industry anymore. And so she did that as well. during this process of listening and being open and listening every day, she started feeling healthier and healthier. She started eating healthier. She started exercising. She bought a bicycle, and she started riding it. And eventually, after 6 months, she was riding 50 miles a day, a marathon a day she was riding. Amazing things happened. She'd never really been athletic, but now she was. Her body was getting stronger and stronger. And at the end of the 6 months, she not only was she not dead, but she felt healthier than she ever had been before. And the tumor that you could see in her stomach was no longer there. She didn't feel it anywhere in her body. There was no pain. So she went back to New York, to the same hospital, to tell the doctors about what had happened and to ask for another MRI or X-ray or whatever they would use to look at it. And they did it, and they couldn't find any trace of cancer. It was like cancer had never even been in her body. And she told them what happened, and I thought, well, this must have been amazing. They must have broken out the champagne. What a fantastic thing. You should be dead, and now you're healthy and alive and thriving. And she said, no, they were furious. They couldn't understand what happened, and it upset them. And they said they could no longer treat her. They could no longer work with her, and please leave the hospital. They actually kicked her out of the hospital. So I don't understand why that happened. But the point of the story is listening. Listening. Your symptoms are not just symptoms. They're a message for you, for your life. They're a message from life to you. They're natural healing. In our lives, we listen to doctors, we listen to authorities, we listen to people who have written books, we listen to research. You know, we're always looking to fill our mind with knowledge about our own bodies and our own health. But they don't know. Our own bodies are the only things that know what is healthy for them. And each body is different. It's like snowflakes. No two bodies are the same. And throughout all Western medicine, they lump, 1,000 research people as if they're all the same. But none of them are the same. Your body is unique to every other body. And the only way you can know what is healing for it, what is healthy for it, is by listening. Listening. And this is challenging. So in this video, I want to share with you some ways to help you listen, as this woman did. To listen. To listen, we need to be very quiet, very still, very silent in order to hear. And what we need to silence most of all is our own minds, our own knowledge. Because all we have in our minds, all this knowledge is secondhand. It comes from other people, from authorities, from what we learned in biology class in school. We need to let all of this go so that we can truly listen to what is really actually here. It's not that all that knowledge is useless, but it's extremely limited when it comes to our own body and our own health. And that's important, isn't it? The only true authority on your body is your body. So that's what you need to listen to. You need to listen to your body. If you have an illness, if you have cancer, why is it here? Not the reasons that the doctors tell you, not the reason that your friends have told you, not the reasons that you learned in school in biology class, not the reasons you found on Google, but why is it really here? And the only way you can know is by listening to your body. And that takes silence. It takes stillness. It takes a quieting of the mind so that there's space to hear your body, to hear reality, to hear life itself. If you're willing to do this, and if you have an illness, you should be. If you have an illness, you should know why it's really here. What is its message? The symptoms that come are a gift, whether it's cancer, chronic pain, heart disease, anything. It's a gift, a message for you, specifically for you. Why is it here? It's here. You know that. But why? Why really is it here? And then don't listen to your mind's answers. Don't listen to your mental answers. The answers that you're going to get when you truly listen will continually surprise you, will absolutely surprise you. That's how you know they're real. They're not just rehashing things that you've learned or heard before that are stored in your mind. There's something new, something real, something that's specifically for you and your life. So you should practice being silent, being still, and listen. You can begin with a question. If you have cancer or pain, why are you here? Why is this here? And then don't settle for any answer that comes, any mental answer, any knowledge. Oh, it must be this. Oh, it must be that. Oh, someone once said this. Oh, the doctor said it's this. Let all of that go. Let all of that mental noise go. And just remain quiet. Just remain silent. And listen. Listen to the answer. It will come. It's already here. It's always here. Always available to you. You just have to listen to hear it. In this way, whatever illness you have can heal your entire life, can make your life so much better than it ever was even before you had the illness. You just have to listen. You just have to empty your mind and create space for reality to teach you, for your body to teach you. Your body is not separate from reality. Nothing is. So in this way, it has infinite wisdom. Unlike your mind, which is very limited, it's only knowledge. It's only things that you've heard in the past. That's all it can do. It's very limited. But reality is not. Your body is not. It has infinite wisdom for you. And if you listen, it will teach you. It will show you. But you have to be humble. You have to humble this arrogant mind that thinks it knows. This arrogant mind that resists reality in life. You have to let go completely and listen. Just listen. Just be empty and allow life to fill you. Allow life to fill you with its wisdom. Even now you may be feeling a stillness, a space for your life to teach you, for life to teach you, for your body to teach you, for the true natural healing that you are to teach you. Be with this. Stay with this. Continue with this. Listen. Ask a question and then listen. Disregard every mental answer that comes to you. Let them just fade away. You want to really know. You want to know truth, not your opinions or your knowledge about truth. You want to know actual truth, and your body will teach you. It will show you. Just listen.